You've reached the SeaBank Chronicles, a natural sound theater transporting you through the living science of Southeast Alaska. Produced by the Alaska Sustainable Fisheries Trust. This is Beth, your radio operator. We live in extraordinary times where science and mystery meet in a swiftly changing world. To enter the SeaBank Chronicles, just keep listening. Logbook 1, Transmission 3, a SeaBank map in 4 dimensions. 1212, do you have your compass and field guide? In this transmission, your instructions are to comprehend the SeaBank ecosystem. You'll need one other tool, a timepiece. Hold on to your hat, it's windy today. Start by taking a look to your left. A forest of evergreens rises over berry bushes and damp, fungi-laced soil. To your right, a muskeg stippled with ponds, shrunken pines, and hillocks of moss. A river rushes past alders to an estuary awash with nutritious sediments. And in the distance, the ocean, where all life resides in saltwater. Don't forget the mountaintops, where almost nothing lives except life-giving glaciers. The SeaBank is a mosaic. Can you confirm? This three-dimensional view bursts with life from surface to sky, but the SeaBank has a fourth dimension too, time. 20 million years ago, sugar maples and walnut trees built forests here. Now, Sitka spruce and western hemlock do that work. What about shorter-term fluctuations? Salmon fill the rivers in August, but in April are nowhere to be found, absorbed into the trees. As for that breath of wind carrying pollen and spores, it comes and goes in the blink of an eye. Scientists use words like spatial, temporal, and dynamic to communicate that ecosystems are always changing, altered across the landscape by shifts in natural phenomena, topography, even living things themselves. The term succession refers to the path of change a particular environment follows. Take a field of gravel left in the wake of a receding glacier. Rock-hugging lichens are the first to move in, followed by tenacious herbs like fireweed and horsetail. Sun-loving alders, willows, and black cottonwood grow as soil accumulates, soon replaced with stands of dense spruce that chase everything else away with the threat of darkness. After 200 or 300 years, a mix of spruce and shade-tolerant hemlock has settled in, shaping an environment with enough light and nutrients for bushes and herbs, mosses and lichens, fish and birds and insects, and mammals of all sizes to flourish. Witness the old-growth forest of Southeast Alaska, among the largest and oldest forests remaining in all the world. Scientists use words like uneven or heterogeneous when describing old-growth forests because they contain vegetation in a diversity of species, sizes, and ages, each contributing its own unique form of assistance to help the wider community persist and thrive. What happens next? The ancient SeaBank forests we know today endure in what scientists call dynamic equilibrium, a state of balance amid constant change, thanks to an unlikely ally, wind. While gentle forest winds arise and fall away in seconds or minutes, wilder, storm-born parcels blow for hours or days. Individual trees fall in sodden soils or snap in half where fungal colonies bloom, opening circles of canopy to the sky. Sunlight pours through the gaps and dormant seeds sprout. Stronger windstorms can topple whole stands of trees, resetting the forest clock by hundreds of years. Where you find exceptionally intact old-growth forests like those in the SeaBank, you also find animals that elsewhere are rare or even locally extinct, like brown bears, wolves, and salmon. Ancient forests support these species, and these species support the forest. Ecosystem engineers, or keystone species, as scientists call them, are animals with an outsized role in maintaining a habitat's dynamic equilibrium. It looks like we're losing signal. You'll receive more information on SeaBank ecosystem engineers in future communications. Remember, mapping the SeaBank can't be accomplished in a single transmission. Indigenous ecologist Robin Wall Kimmerer writes in her book, Braiding Sweetgrass, that knowing the natural world is the work of a lifetime. Explore, greet all you encounter, and speak their names. Visit thealaskatrust.org/podcast for a photo of an old-growth SeaBank forest and a starter list of its plant and animal species in Tlingit, Haida, Tsimshian, and English. Gunish Chish to the Tlingit, Haida, and Tsimshian people for stewarding these lands and waters since a time beyond human memory, and for sharing them with all who make the SeaBank home. When in doubt, keep listening to the places where science and mystery meet.